Hello, welcome to my palmistry live stream Q&A, hopefully streaming live to Facebook page Life and Destiny Palmistry, streaming live to Destiny Palmistry YouTube, at Palm Readings and TikTok. I tried to do my Twitch account too, but it says I need to grant more permissions, so I left it a bit too late for that. I just tried to do it and it didn't work, so that's okay. Hopefully you guys can hear me on TikTok as well. Unfortunately, I can't see your chat because I'm streaming through logged in with YouTube. So one day YouTube will allow the TikTok chat or Streamlabs will allow the same time chat. Jeannie, welcome. I missed you last time. Yeah, so I've managed to get my screen ready for TikTok. It should be vertical for TikTok and horizontal for YouTube, and it should be vertical for Facebook as well, just for all those people on their phones. But I'm not sure if I should also be doing vertical for YouTube, but because I'm on a desktop, I'm used to having a horizontal screen. So it was a bit of a fail with TikTok being horizontal, because TikTok is a platform that's mainly vertical. So hopefully that's all fixed now. Hey. And get some people listening in. They might be, if you're on TikTok listening, you might be able to, rather than chat in the chat, which I can't see, maybe put it like send me a message and I can look at it afterwards, unless I can look at it on my phone at the same time, but that's a bit distracting. But either way, we'll get it all sorted eventually. So yeah, hopefully we'll get a few people joining today. I did promote it yesterday a bit on Facebook and TikTok, and hopefully people will come and join us. Had to downgrade. That's okay. I wouldn't let you downgrade. I think you have to just delete it and then come back. When you delete it and then come back as level 1, that's it allows you to do that. But skipping from one to another, I don't think it's got that option. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I know. We usually have car problems. Usually one car gets a blown tire and the other one gets a cracked windscreen, and as soon as you get paid, the vehicle knows it needs attention. But yeah, I'm having fun writing my 5th palmistry book. Something that's been on my mind for a very long time. So one person once asked me to do more on the fingerprints, so I did a mini ebook, which I have on my website. My mini ebook is only $1 at the moment. I think it's pretty good. Sorry, I'm looking for a fan. It's hot in here. So I decided I'm gonna do a full book on fingerprints. Obviously, when you talk about the fingerprints, you do need to talk about other aspects of the hand, especially the fingers. So I will be focusing on the shape of the hand and the fingers that go together with certain fingerprints. So yeah, I've got notes from that. So I've just been working on that. Hopefully get it all happening. I've got my book plan outlaid. It could take me a year. It could take me a year to write. It could be longer. It took me longer than that to write my first one. Depends how busy I want to keep. So anyway, welcome. People say hi. Don't be shy. Welcome to say hi. If you got any questions, you can write it in the chat. Facebook and YouTube chats I can see until I get some sort of an app for the TikTok. I can't see the TikTok chat. Graphology structure reminds me a lot of palmistry, and I've been seeing correlations between both. No, I haven't looked at graphology. Welcome to tell me about it. So I presume it's to do with graphs. I like numbers. I love numerology. I believe they are just the strangest way to sort of potentially sort your life out is through numerology. It's just crazy. Hello, Luna. Welcome. You're late, but here. Thanks for joining. So, but graphology, I've not even heard of it. So, welcome to tell me about it. I can always Google that afterwards too. So, yeah. We've got couple of people. I know I've got people on TikTok watching, but I can't chat with them. So, oh, handwriting. Oh, yeah, I know handwriting analysis. I didn't know it was called graphology. I thought it had a different name. I swear it had a different name. I analyze people's handwriting all the time. People, total strangers, if they've written something down, I can almost immediately tell their character. I had just a couple of years ago, specifically, when I bought my new car, the car salesman wrote some things down for me, and I looked at his handwriting. I said, "You're an artist." And he goes, "How do you know?" I said, "I can tell the way that he wrote his letters, and it was like, looked like an artist." And then he started showing me all the artwork that he done on his phone, and it was amazing. But yeah, handwriting analysis, it's absolutely awesome. Yeah. And I haven't studied it. It's my own take on it. When I see people's writing, I have my own little idea of what I see. So, definitely fascinating. And I would be interested in reading about it. I've not read about it or studied it, but like I said, it just comes to me sort of intuitively. I can see, like, obviously intelligence shows in the handwriting too. So I thought that was a thing that I noticed. What I see is if the person is intelligent, if they're intuitive, if they're creative, if they're kind of, I suppose, athletic as well. Easy to tell laziness. That's probably my handwriting. Yeah, I'm not really lazy. I was just making a joke. But I will definitely look into that. I know I've had people on like TV doing it and stuff, but I can't remember what they say. Any sort of any sort of study on a personality, I think, is interesting. So I could have been a psychologist. Get paid a lot more for psychology, I think. You want me to look at someone you know's handwriting, lol. That would be, yeah, I would happily look at other people's handwriting. Yeah, good stuff. Thanks for that. Thanks for that idea. That's like dreams. I used to have like lots of dream books because that's more personal. Like when you have a dream and then you wake up and think, oh, what is the message in that dream? You know, what's it trying to tell me? So I love dreams as well. Tidbit, the slant tells a lot about the writing leans towards the right. They're more open and extroverted. Back to the left is more introverted. Oh, that's the same as in hand analysis. If you're looking at your right hand, to the right side is extroversion. To the left side or to the ulnar side is introversion. So that's the same. So if we look at, for instance, the delta triradii underneath the index finger, it's that points towards the thumb more. That person is more extroverted. If it points inside more, they're more cautious and introverted. And mine goes to the inside. If it's in the middle, you're half and half. Like when people hold their fingers together, you can see they're more reserved. That's it. Exactly. That's I talk about that in my book because that's the very fundamental basics of palmistry. You have to understand the areas of the hand, the sides, and I've got that in my character awareness book, where it's divided to introvert, extrovert, and well as the body and the mind. So that very about the active conscious side and the inactive subconscious side and all of that. So someone hold the fingers wide open, more open sharing, etc. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Like I get it intuitively because I suppose I relate the handwriting on almost literally. Like I look at palmistry quite literally. So if there's a whole mess going on the palm, there's a whole mess going on up here. So handwriting would be the same. If you really messy handwriting, there's probably too much going on here. It's just all too much. If you take your time, write slow, then you're probably a slow moving, slow thinking person. It's like very literal to me. That's why when I spotted that artistic guy, his writing was just beautiful, and it was like no one can write so nice unless they're an artist, I think. Nice handwriting. Well, my opinion. Everyone has their own opinion. So today I was going to talk about some like stress signs. And like I was saying before, you know, if there's a mess on the palm, if there's a whole patch of lines, that whole patch of lines can represent a certain area where you're stressed and what it can mean. Like on the different areas of the mounts, etc. So I'll see if my fate line picture here works. Look at that. And see if my drawing interact thing works. And see if it works on both of these. Got a little bit of adjustment to do here. So anytime anyone's got something to say, you can interrupt me and type in your chat box. Not a problem. So yeah, I was talking about the areas where there might be stress. So for instance, what color's my pen today? Is it working even? Interacting. Is it interacting? Can't see it interacting. Maybe it doesn't interact on a multi. Oh, because I've got it turned off. That's why. You got to turn it on, silly Billy. Okay, now I've got it turned on. I'm going to find the right spot for it. I think that's it. Yeah, so for instance, if there's a mess of lines under the pinky, if I can get this lined up properly. Mess of lines under the pinky, because that area of the Mercury mount represents business, your communication. It can also represent your intimate life as well. So those areas can represent overdoing and stress about your business, your communication, someone who is likely trying to sell themselves, trying to sell their work that they do, or trying to come up with plans. It could be do with your schemes and your basic cleverness, trying to be clever in your work. And if you're frustrated in all of that's not working, it's going to show up as a mess of lines on your under your pinky. What's Jeannie saying? Face reading, using the same scheme, active, passive, and the left side shows internal world. Feel like by the time I'm 80, I'll have mastered the whole body reading. Can't get enough of this stuff. I know people reading feet now too. No, thank you. No, thank you. If I'm going to inspect someone's feet, I want some rubber gloves on. But no, I couldn't. I don't even like having a pedicure. I don't like people touching my feet. Anyway, that's interesting. I do intuitive face reading. I do past life readings. And the person sends me a picture of their face, and I immediately judge the face. So I do face reading. Haven't earned any diploma in face reading, if such a thing exists, but I just do it intuitively. I read the face, and then for the past life reading, I draw a face, intuitively draw a face, and I'm picking up the person's past life, and I use their date of birth. And sometimes I'll even add some tarot, not tarot cards, but I've got these angel cards, and I'll use those as well. So combination of face reading, date of birth, and tarot, and just intuitive feelings, and do past life readings. And it's helped people to sort of realize this life. Oh, sorry. Fingerprints. I must have their fingerprints as well. So, so yeah, very interesting. It's all judging, isn't it? Judging and analyzing. So, I just call myself an analyst. What do you analyze? Humans. Human analyst. Anyway, so moving on. So we were talking about these stress lines. So if these stress lines appear underneath the ring finger, So I'm calling them stress lines, but they're called, the term for them is grill, because it looks like a grid of lines. So they're grid or grill is their popular names. So this area under the ring finger can represent your talent, your creativeness. So you're frustrated that your creative talent has not been like recognized, or you could be going through a phase of being overly vain. It's a sign of strong vanity, but it's like not a smooth sort of a time. So everything is not going your way. So say if you're trying to become famous or trying to show off your things or trying to sell your art, so it's like showing frustration in anything creative, and or just your own sort of talent, frustration in your own talent. Then we've got under the index finger, if we get a grill under there, that looks more like a star. But say if it's just a mess of lines under the middle finger, that's just being literally generally unhappy, like brooding and sulking. Person might feel unlucky. Someone who thinks they're really unlucky, negative thinking, will have mess of lines under the middle finger. So in some cases, oh, do they? Oh, you're having a lot of frustration there, Luna. Yeah, so frustration, that under the middle finger can actually be actual confinement, like jail as well, because you are unable to get out. So if you feel confined in your own space, in your own home, or you're feeling confined or unlucky or feeling negative, generally brooding, sulking and sad, that shows up under the middle finger. Oh, meditate. Positive affirmations, meditations. Okay, so next, if we move on to the Jupiter, the index finger, and the mount underneath it, a grid there, because this is basically your ambitions, your self-image. So that can also mean your leadership kind of quality. So it can be frustration in authority. So say if you're asking people to do something and no one is doing what you ask, that can be frustration in that area. So you may also have strongly feel the need to have authority, but you're not able to get it. Like you want this authority, you want to dominate something, but you're frustrated in your efforts to dominate whatever you might want to dominate. So another meaning it could be for if you are superstitious, overly superstitious, and you're constantly thinking about these superstitious things, or exaggerating about everything could be showing up on the Jupiter mount. Jeannie says, what about when multiple Mercury lines rise from the fate line all the way to the heart line? Oh yeah, you're talking about Mercury lines. You're talking about the health lines from the okay, so fate line. So multiple mercury lines all the way to the heart line. That is where it's supposed to go. That's where they're supposed to go to. If they go beyond that, it's gives a business mindedness. But if there's multiple lines here, it's just representing potential weak spots in the health. So potentially some weakness of health. It could be just a mild digestive thing. It could be just eating the wrong kind of foods. It could be just generally not looking after yourself as much as you could be. But if it goes past the heart line, that's classed, it's more like business acumen. So it goes into the mercury mount. So that is indicating an interest in business or money, not necessarily being good at it. It's not a sign of any talent or anything, but many people say that that's then becomes a business line. From the health line to a business line doesn't really make logical sense, but from the heart line, a line rising from there by itself up is a business line, is a money line, or somebody who might be interested in business or have their own business. So they often sort of mold together. The mercury line and health lines are sort of the same thing and sort of not. It's a little bit of a situation. So, but if there's too many of them, so if the mess of lines is sort of here, that is your stomach or intestinal upsets. Health problems can also be seen down lower. If I can move this thing. A lot lower. So if you've got the mess down here, that's also usually health problems. That could be like the bladder or kidneys or intestines as well. But mainly the stomach and sort of digestive issues are around this mercury health line area. Jeannie says, I'm terrible with money, but I'm great at giving people business ideas. I can sell anything if I believe in it, but just don't know how to sell my own stuff and what I do. Yeah, I know. It's not you, it's them. It's not you, it's them. It's you can sell, but they're not willing to buy, so it's you can't please everybody. Hey, you've sold me on a handwriting book, and you've sold me on astrology, you know. Yeah, put my money where my mouth is. That's what you're saying. Hard to get money out of people. You can sell it to them, but can you sell it to them and get money? That's a different story. But anyway, I'm getting a nice mess here on this. Look at that. I can clear it with one click. So, you can book a palm reading? Sure. I've just I'm having fun with the whole fingerprints thing. I've had people who live near me have been coming for fingerprints, and look, I've been taking collections of fingerprints. I've got a stack of those there, and I'm doing it again next week, just sparing a couple of days each week for a little while to try and get the locals to come and give me their prints. I was thinking about asking people online. I'm trying to get people online to give me their prints, but they probably don't have the ink to do it, and I'd have to send them a little kit and all that, and it just sounds a bit painful. So I won't do that. I'm just sticking with the locals who can come to me. So it's yeah, part of my ongoing study that never ends. Palmistry study never ends. That I can tell you. Anyway, more. Yeah, ink kit. I picked up a little ink kit. Oh, they're not here. I picked up a double. There's two. You can get 2 for 1, or you can buy one for around $6. It's a little fingerprint pad. It looks like makeup. You just open it up like a little makeup case, like a little face powder, but it's ink, and then you can just press your hand in there. It's $6 online. It's brilliant. You have the ink kit. Yeah, okay. I just haven't got around to it. I used to have a roller and I had a glass cutting board, and the ink, that's all you need. Ink, glass roller, a smooth roller, and something like a glass. So I had a glass cutting board. But that was so long ago. The ink ran out and I never replaced it, and I don't know where my roller went. So it's all just too long ago. I didn't think I would ever use it again because it was annoying. I would rather just get a photo, someone's clear image on a photo. So that's works better for me because I can see the color of the skin and all that. The ink prints were annoying because people couldn't take them properly. They'd always get smudged, and the smudges can maybe make the lines appear different to what they actually are. But doing the hand print with an ink, if I'm supervising, then it's fine. I can be with the person and say, all right, let's do the print. And then if it doesn't work, I can ask them to do it again. And the only reason why I want ink prints now is for my new book. My old book didn't require it at all. So I don't put the print on the glass. I have the glass cutting board, and I put the ink on the glass, and then I get my roller and roll it so that the roller has a very even amount of ink on the roller, because you can't have lumps. If you have lumps, it causes disturbance. Once I've got a really even amount of ink on the roller, which is a hard roller, not a spongy one, then you get the hard roller and you roll it over the hand, and then you press it onto the paper. And when I have the paper, I usually get a tea towel, fold a tea towel over a couple of times for a little bit of a padding. Then I put the paper on the tea towel. Then when they press their hand on there, the tea towel sort of pushes into the hollow part of the thing, because then it's got a bit of give, so then the hollow part of the hand gets printed as well. So that's the best way of doing it. But yeah, I just had no use for it, so I never replaced any of my ink stuff. So, but now I do have a use for it. I'll be getting it. Yeah, dry mouth from talking. But yeah, definitely have use for that now. It doesn't have to be glass. It can be anything that is a very smooth hard surface, as long as it's not bumpy, because the main thing is keeping the ink smooth. I tried paint, just cheating, and just got some acrylic paint with a brush and brush it on my hand just for a test, and it didn't work because the brush leaves brush marks and lumps. It's not smooth. But anyway, wonder who we got online. I wonder. Say hi. If I don't get to chat with you, I'm just going to quickly flick the screen over to my TikTok to see if I'm in there. I'm assuming I'm in TikTok anyway. I logged in there. We'll see. All right, let's go. We're moving on to we've done all the top area. We've done the health area where the health problems might arise. So another interesting one is the Mars area. We have a lot of stress, frustration. That Mars area can show up. That's mainly if someone's got a bad temper and they've been arguing with somebody, and there's been lots of arguing and frustration just from arguments, or going to war with someone. So there might be frustration lines all through there, grill lines. And if there's relationship issues, problems in your romantic side, that could be a mark there. Frustration there could be someone who's not able to find a girlfriend or find a boyfriend. Maybe they're frustrated because they're not meeting their desires, so to speak. And what do we got here? Moon. Pen's not working. Moon mount. That's fairly common to see a lot of lines there. They can mean a variety of things. So that needs careful analysis, because they can be a combination of intuition lines and travel lines, and you just got to be careful. But if it is definitely grill by itself, so that's just general nervousness, feeling discontent, feeling sad, very gloomy and moody, just being really moody for a long time. That can show there, because you're thinking about the moon and your, I suppose, creativeness, but also your nurturing side and everything. So if you just have not been feeling all of those, that can show frustration. And I suppose if you have grill marks all over the hand, then that's stress, all over stress. I was looking at a lady's hand, and she had these like white, like glistening dots here and there. They look like shiny dots. She had shiny dots all over her hand, and they're also signs of stress. Long-term stress can turn into like little warts. They're like little nodules, and they're really hard to see, but they're just a tiny white shiny flat dot. Tiny white shiny flat dot. And I've also seen them on the side of the thumb, and that was on a cancer patient. So that could represent like a disease from overly worrying. The Mars areas, not many people touch on that. What makes you see there more commonly? All the three Mars areas, because you've got the outer Mars, you've got the plane of Mars, and then you've got the lower Mars, or I call that the outer Mars. Or inner, sorry, I call it the inner Mars and outer Mars. Some people call them the upper and lower. But nearly everyone calls this area the plane of Mars. So that's normal to have lines on the inner Mars, because that's where a lot of the worry originates from, worry lines. However, if it's more than usual, so if it looks all scratched up and dry and just potentially puffy as well, or red, that's showing that frustration. So that's the main area where it would show, because that's Mars represents the warring, the fighting, like the army guy. And the outside Mars is more about your resilience, how resilient you are to the opposite. So someone is warring with you. If you are resilient to that and you don't care, you will have a strong, firm outer Mars mount. But if that's covered in lines, which I don't have a single line on mine, but I think if you have lines on that area, it's showing that you're not being courageous on an inner level. You might be, I suppose, it could be poor health too. It could be due to, whatever illness, but it's showing just some weakness and frustration in being brave and being courageous, and I suppose morally courageous, having moral courage. So the center, the plane of Mars, is kind of that whole area from there to there. It's like the whole section. So the plane of Mars usually only has some lines that coincidentally, you got your fate line or your success line coming through there, and you might have a worry line that crosses over because you were emotionally upset about something. But if it's a total mess, if there's just a lot of lines there, so that's not a good sign. It shows that period of just being muddled up, being too involved, not involved enough. It's just that's your spiritual side, your inner self is not feeling calm. So I would recommend some sort of a spiritual sort of following some sort of a spiritual path, or meditation and guidance, and just trying to focus on one thing instead of a million things at once. So if that makes any sense. And yeah, that area should be fairly clear of marks, but most people have some lines there, like the inner Mars. That it's normal. Like even in this photo, you can see these lines here, so that's normal because they're your normal stress lines that go towards that angle. That didn't work at all. So your normal lines that radiate towards the other lines there from stress and worry, etc. Hope that makes sense. I've still got 10 minutes left, and anybody's Facebook people. I see you're watching. Welcome to Ask Questions. Speak now or forever hold your peace. 10 minutes left. I've got a service. My car's getting a service and the person's coming here to do the car service. So I can't go over. I want to go over, actually, if I do 70 minutes. If I do 70 minutes, I think I get something on TikTok. But I don't even know if it's streaming to TikTok. I'm going to see if I can find it. Let's have a looky.
Well, the last 12 months.
Oh. See, I just don't know if it's working. Have no idea.
Especially, I've seen a lot of women wearing.
No, I can't work it out. It said it was logging in, but anyway, whether it did or not to worry. Jeannie says, I feel like that inner Mars can correlate to the Saturn return. That would be a good way to gauge what to expect during that time. Okay. Is the Saturn around right now? Saturn is around, and now isn't it going to help relationships? Like get serious about. Saturn is more serious, so it's like, is that helping people become more serious about their relationships? Or just in general become more serious? Yeah. Gauge what to do. Like, I don't know if you can correlate the inner Mars with it, I suppose. But yeah, I rarely see lines. When I see lines over here, they're usually radiating towards the headline, and they're usually go to the headline or somewhere near the headline. I call those interference lines. Or the plane of Mars. Yeah, the plane of Mars, because that's, I suppose that's in the middle towards the Saturn. Yeah, and I think it's timing as well. That plane of Mars represents, if it's right in the middle, if you're gonna gauge that in the time of the person's life, you know, it would be between the age of 28 and 42 sort of thing, 28 and 50. So it's a very important time for the person. And I think there is there's like a gauge for every 7 years. That's a 7-year cycle. And I did an article about it a while ago. So some people even do all the timing in 7-year increments. So instead of like measuring in fives every 5 years, so 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 like I do, they actually start at 7, 14, 21 and just keep going like that. And then they say that 35 and 42, so your age 35 and age 42 are very important times for everybody in that scheme of 7-year cycle. And that's decision making happens and changes happen around 35 and changes happen around 42. So yeah, Saturn is about to go into Aries. Okay, it will be opposing Libra, the sign that rules Venus, the planet of relationships. It can bring in a lot of people fighting for what they value, standing up for themselves. Okay. Very interesting. I've got someone trying to jam. Oh my God, I'm just looking out my window. Someone is trying to jam a box into my mailbox that doesn't fit. Ugh. Wonder if they broke whatever's in the box. They're just too lazy to drive up the driveway and stick it in the front door. Oh God. This is what happens when you stream live and you can look outside your window. He's too far for me to yell out, "Oi, bring it here." Oh gosh. But anyway, we got no questions from Facebook. No questions. I can't tell if there's questions from TikTok. But anyway, so how long is this Saturn hanging around for? How long is Saturn in Aries for? Because don't they just, sometimes they're in there for a long time and sometimes they're not. I know there's some planets that I just read about only a few months ago that something moved into a certain planet and it's staying there for 20 years. So the next, whatever we do now, we're setting ourselves up for the next 20 years. So if you're still listening, Luna, what you've sort of been focusing on or doing right now for the past couple of months, you're setting yourself up for the next 20 years. So it was around about the time when I moved house. So I think it was about 2 months ago, the planets were shifted to a spot that they haven't been in for a long time and they're going to stay there for 20 years, and we are set up to stick to that path kind of thing. Means different things to different star signs. Everyone's got their own sort of a direction, each star sign, I know that, and then they affect different people differently, so who knows. A lot of people are going to feel blurry in terms of their beliefs. Okay. So they begin with, so they could be fighting for something that has no solid foundation, because Neptune is also in the mix entering Aries. So Neptune is like the water thing. Who's which planet, which star sign is Neptune? I used to have all that written down, I threw it out. Yes, Pluto in Aquarius for the next 20 years. Pluto, that's it. Pluto, my ruler, Scorpio ruler. Used to be Mars. Somebody changed it. Then they made Pluto and decided that was Scorpio's ruler. So, okay, 20 years. It's so interesting. I love astrology. I should have been an astrologer. That's not where I went. But anyway, I'm still very, very interested in listening to it all. So, last chance. Forever hold your peace. Last chance to speak, ask question. Got time for one more question. And then I'll be signing off, 12 o'clock. Jeannie says, got to look at the house that Aquarius rules. To get an idea of what are the life they're transforming for the next 20 years. I'll take note. Take my notepad out. What does Aquarius rule? Yeah. my shorthand. I like to see the handwriting experts understand my shorthand. I write like a doctor. Scribble. Neptune is Pisces. I thought so, because when you say Neptune, I think of water. And I thought, yes, Neptune has to be one of the water signs, but I know it's not Scorpio. And I was pretty sure it wasn't Cancer. So I was thinking Pisces. For you, it's your third house, house of communication. So the way you communicate and what you learn, probably occult knowledge, because that's what Pluto rules. Yeah, interesting. I had a like a piece of paper where I had where my Neptune was. I'm just gonna quickly look up. I think I have it in one of my photos. So interesting. Where's my Neptune? Does everyone have something in Neptune? What if there's a blank in Neptune? I'm just going to take my glasses off to read. Neptune. Oh, Scorpio. My Neptune is in Scorpio, first house. First house. Does that mean anything? Means good shit. Try and decipher your own notes. That's funny. That's funny. I scribble on my fridge. Like the shopping list goes on the fridge. And people look at it and say, Je veux but you they can't read it. But I know what it says. That's really cool. I'll look into that handwriting and hand analysis. Handwriting analysis and hand analysis. They almost the same. Almost the same. Anyway. It's been fun, boys and girls. Thank you for the information on the astrology. I will go and look into my my Scorpio first house is in Neptune, so I hope that's good, because Pluto rules me, my Scorpio, and if it's in Scorpio, I'm feeling that that's my next 20 years is, it's meant for me. Aquarius, okay. Aquarius, not Neptune. Okay, let's look at it. Where's my Aquarius? Is that what you're saying? I don't have any Aquarius on my chart. Oh, Aquarius is third house. Aquarius, third house. I don't know what that means. Oh, for you, it's Uranus rules Aquarius. So those houses will be affected. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yep, no worries. I'll try and make sense of that. Aquarius. Yeah, well, my third house too. I don't know what third house is. Is that's not your relationships. That's not your work. What's third house? Because I know, like, I used to know what those houses were for. I've even taken notes on it. I think I've even wrote an article about it, but I can't remember. But anyhow. Definitely worth looking into. Definitely worth following astrology. And do you do anything on YouTube or something, Jeannie? Do you have a YouTube account, or do you just do Instagram? Maybe you've told me. Maybe I've wasn't listening. I thought you said you started something. I wish this was a chat, like live chat. I think there is a way to have, I can have a scene where there's other people joined, but I haven't learnt how to do it yet. Would be better to do like a live, like a Zoom meeting. Ha ha ha. Oh, so the third house is house of communication. Ah, perfect. Oh, you said that up there. You said Neptune. It's your third house, house of communication. So the way you communicate and what you learn. So that's the same for me then. It's Aquarius is in my third house. So yeah. Cool. Just readings from home and on an app called Clubhouse. Oh, okay. Yep. No worries. Yeah, if you ever decide to start a YouTube channel or something, let us know. But I definitely, I follow an astrologer. I'm friends with her on Facebook, so she's really good. She does like 1 hour streams of her talking about each of the signs and what planet is happening now and blah 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 blah, and she's really good. So anyway, 12:06, so I'm better head out, and thanks for the chats. Look forward to doing another one next Tuesday. It should be again, unless I decide to do one earlier, but more than likely next Tuesday. I had people were coming to join me. They were going to send me photos, but I don't think they turned up. So yeah. I'm not a Sagittarius rising, it's Scorpio. It says Scorpio rising. So maybe because Scorpio and Sag are so close together. They're so close together. It says my rising sign is Scorpio. Ascending or rising. Ah, silly picture. My Sag is, I have my second house in Sagittarius, third house in Aquarius. Oh, you don't want to show off your face. Oh, I had a problem with that. Put on heaps of makeup. I just put heaps of powder on. Get used to your own face. Put on a wig and heaps of makeup and pretend you're someone else. That might work. Yeah. Acting skills. But anyway, all right, nice chatting, Jeannie. And Luna, if you're still there, we didn't have any other people asking questions today. Looks like that was it. Oh, at least not on my chat. If they were asking questions on TikTok or Facebook, I can't see it. They didn't show up here, so I'll check that out later. Cool. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I shall be back same bat time, same bat channel, and we'll have new subjects to talk about next week. Hopefully we get some more people, And yes, late degree Scorpio. Yeah, I think so, because they are close. It's like a cusp. So some people might say one or the other, but yeah. Cool. Thanks, Jeannie. And enjoy your day or night, whatever it is there. And you're welcome to chat in my posts on the YouTube. I've got the community section there. We have posts. You can chat in there if you want to. I think you've chatted in there before. So yeah, welcome to go to there. For my members can chat in there. So yeah, if you have any questions or if you want to pass on any information, I'm happy to go there in that chat. Like a chat room, I suppose you call it. Posts, they call it now. Yeah. That's all right. Thank you too. I appreciate you as well. See ya. Bye.